So for example, by having EV charging infrastructure which can be powered by renewable energy, we can overcome the lack of infrastructure issue. The range anxiety can also be overcome if we are able to provide EV charging stations at places where there is no electricity also, using energy storage and renewable energy coupled together. you know, Today the electricity demand in India is increasing at a phenomenal 8% growth rate, and we feel that electric vehicles will further increase this. So from where this power will come, because we are already facing a paucity on the demand side. However, with renewable energy, we can even address this. And obviously, the whole idea of going EV is to make it sustainable. If we continue to power our EVs with the coal power, then obviously we are not getting that benefit what is required. So, green energy becomes imperative to make this transition happen. So, the story of PV to EV will not only help the EV industry, but will also help the power sector industry. Because as you know, renewable energy needs to be consumed as it is getting produced. However, with addition of electric vehicles, like 100 million EVs going to get added to Indian roads, they will serve as an energy storage. Okay, we can de-link the consumption and the generation. In fact, there can be a possibility that the EVs will pump in the power to the grid when the grid requires it during the peak hours. And in the night, it can be charged back. Right? So all these possibilities can be explored. So at Fourth Partner Energy, we firmly believe that EV story is one of the biggest revolution happening in your industry, and renewable energy will play a big role in that. And therefore, we have come up with a couple of solutions, and we have the case studies also to showcase here. So if you look on this slide, basically this is a solution for places where there is no electricity grid. Okay, on highways or in rural areas, also where the grid is available but the power is not reliable, or there is power quality issues, which will result into the EV charging station actually being non-functional. By adding storage along with an off-grid solar plant, we are able to overcome this challenge. So we are experimenting this solution with one of the OEMs of EVs. You can look at the graph of load and supply. The orange curve is actually the load required for charging, whereas the curve, which is the blue curve, light blue curve on the top, is the solar generation. Wherever it is, that blue curve is going outside the orange line, that is getting stored in the energy storage. This is the dark blue color curve, and then that storage is pumping out the power to give that supply back. So in this way, we are able to overcome the non-availability of the grid or uninterrupted power supply through this solution. The second solution is a much more simpler one, where obviously storage is not required. It is more for the urban places where you have reliable power supply. But here the whole idea is to make the EV charging green. So we will connect it with the grid, and the amount of energy being consumed by the EVs will get replaced by the solar energy on a net basis. Okay, it cannot be on a real-time basis because the generation of solar is parabolic. The consumption from the EVs will not happen at the same time. However, if you look on a monthly basis, the net energy should be the same to kind of tell that, okay, my EVs are green power. So this is the second solution, and we are currently working with one of the fashion retailers, I will say warehouse or a fulfillment center, to make them go 100% green. So there are three steps what we are trying to do. First one is the grid-tied solar, where we will be replacing approximately 50% of their consumption. By adding storage there, we are going very close to 100% of their consumption, but by adding EVs. And as we were hearing in the previous sessions also, a lot of the Amazons, the retailers like them want their fulfillment centers to work on commercial vehicles which are powered by, which are electric vehicles. So we will be able to do that and achieve 100% of renewable energy for them. A little bit about our organization. We started in 2010, and from then we have been trying to bring awareness about sustainability and usage of renewable energy in this country. We have developed a platform where customers like you, like commercial industrial companies like you, can come to us and we can fulfill not only your renewable energy needs but also work with you on the electric mobility side. Currently, we are ranked as number one from all three market research agencies who work in renewable sector. So we are very focused to serve only private sector CNI. We don't work with government or discoms. We have about 500 megawatt of on-site capacity. That means within your factory, we will come up and set up the plants. Just like you saw in the video, we have done for Bridgestone, we have done for Mahindra, and a lot of other automotive companies. We have about 350 megawatts of open access. That is the large part which we will develop outside your premise and use the transmission distribution grid to reach that green power to you. We work in 7 countries, and in India we are in 25 states. We have 10 offices. This is another initiative of ours. So this is an EV charging wing where we call it as Power Bank. It's a 50-50 joint venture with Lithium. Lithium is India's largest EV fleet provider. And so we have currently deployed more than 250 charging points. We have recently won a tender in Delhi also to supply about 24 EV charging stations in that city. We have partnered with the HPCLs and the others to provide EV charging stations at petrol pumps also. Within our organization, we have energy storage solutions. So we have India's largest private CNI solar plus storage company. The first project in Delhi was done by us of 1 megawatt hour. So in case you all have requirements on energy storage, we can do it. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We've served more than 200 corporate clients today. A lot of automotive sector is being served. In case you all require renewable energy for your own premise to reduce your cost or move towards sustainability, you all can please get in touch with us. But this is not a one-way street. I will say it's a two-way street. Do let us know about your EV products, because there are many customers of ours, like the retailers, who are looking to get electric vehicles from players like yours, and we can help make that bridge happen, right? We are a TPG invested company, and Norfund, a sovereign fund of Norway government, is also invested in us. So, and the others are obviously the debt partners. So that was all about us. We have a small video, just bear with us for another couple of minutes, and then we can start off the next session. Thank you so much. We are here around the corner only. If you have any queries about PV to EV and how to make it happen, please get in touch with us. Thank you.